This is not like any other dating site that has ever been thought of. When it comes to meeting new people for any kind of relationship, there's a certain amount of poking and prodding that comes with trying to figure out what the person's intentions and expectations are. I call this a logistical fog, and people lift this fog by coming to an understanding of wants and needs. In other words, a foundation to form a relationship. This is what dating websites have all wrong: no structure. They focus on chemistry and completely ignore the customer's wants. And from Match in 1995 to Tinder in 2012, this pattern has only gotten worse. The way my website gets people what they want is by asking questions to form a kind of declaration of their wants and are matched with others who share specific wants. A short example of the result of these questions would be a declaration that reads like this: I want a date to this movie between these times, and I want no more than hand-holding and a kiss on the cheek with no chance of the date lasting longer than the specified time. They are then matched with someone who wants the exact same thing. There are 3 paths on my site, one for dating, one for hooking up, and one for marriage. Each path with a unique declaration of what they want. It's about people's wants and expectations, what they want the first date to be like, and who they expect their date to be, and the other way around. Once the expectations and wants become clear to both parties, that is where real chemistry can be found. The reason it's so important to get these things out in the open and set up a structure of boundaries and expectations is because, ironically, knowing the boundaries allows for more freedom. Both parties can relax and be themselves more, so they find the more pure truth as to whether or not those two people actually have chemistry. This is the first time a dating site will solve the logistics of meeting people for the first time. These questions lift the logistical fog that comes with first dates and can sometimes stretch into marriage. One of the most common things on dating websites is asking someone why they are there. Both sides always ask this, but the women that get hundreds of messages every day reflect this in their profiles by stating to not ask them why they are there, and are also the ones to remedy this in their profile description. But I think it's not nearly enough. This might not seem like a huge thing at first glance, but I see it as a huge phenomenon to be exploited for financial gain. But even greater, it could be a tool needed to help society as it transfers itself into the digital age. And romantic relationships are the only aspect that has not been improved by technology because of a lack of understanding. Society in this aspect is stumbling forward in this new age blindly. They give up on trying altogether, and this is seen in the huge rise in virginity among millennials, and to the extreme the group self-entitled involuntarily celibate, that have gone on mass killing sprees. For example, the Elliot Rodgers shooting in 2014 and the van attack in Toronto in 2018. With the news of birth rates declining and the decline in marriages, this service will be the most popular in the US, UK, and Japan. There's so many things that stem from this logistical fog, but the gist is making clear expectations, and it's the result of that that's exciting. Because if expectations are clear and both sides know what is expected of them, what to do and what not to do, then it's the set structure and boundaries that are ironically more freeing, leading to more risk-taking, fun, and honesty. So the benefits of my structured system service roll out of control, compounding with benefits to the user. And since I'm not just some other niche, I'm not creating a smaller pond to fish in, I'm taking the entire pond and expanding on it because I think even people already in relationships will benefit from using the service. Because this is the first time that the internet is going to be used as the tool that it is, going to make life better rather than just transferring over a failure into the digital realm and streamlining the same problems. The point is that there is a huge social black spot that people crave a fix for, and they fall all over themselves to fix it, just not being able to define the problem and not even realizing it. What's worse is the way in which they try to. It hurts their relationships even more. One example is social issues like the friend zone. People crave structure, so they set some kind of boundaries to just be friends first and see where it goes from there. The problems that arise are this huge social issue known as the friend zone, with men feeling stuck waiting and women feeling used and betrayed by a friend. This is one example of what people in dating websites do to compound a problem.